The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey, I'm Michael Watchering, and this is the Eagles Sports Network. Carson-Newman plays its final game before Christmas on Wednesday against Mars Hill. Coach, I want to start off with that. It's a Mars Hill team that over the last couple of years has really struggled. You're probably thinking a little bit about what Christmas gifts do I need to get for my family, and there's a lot of things going on that could make this a potential trap game for your team. How do you make sure that they're focused on Wednesday night?
Yes, you're correct. It could be, but with our group and, we're trying to work our way back up now from when we gave that home game up. We're trying to get everything back in gear, and I've been proud of how they've practiced. Certainly going up winning a close game at King and then having a pretty good performance at Coker. It's just another opportunity to go out and play, and like we talked about before, trying to make things better from our end, so it doesn't matter who we play. We're looking to go out and compete. And, especially these young kids, try to get them more minutes on the floor before we get into January and get back into conference play.
We talked about it a little bit here throughout this season. Three-point shooting has not been what you wanted, but you're getting to the line and you're making a lot of shots. How has your offense kind of evolved in the ability to get to the basket and then get to the line?
It's something we talked about even last year. You never want to live and die by the three. It's nice on games where you're making a bunch of them, but getting to the free throw line is a key stat for us. I think it's a key stat for any of the great teams that they're able to get there. And then once you get there, you're able to convert. With us being one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, I'm very proud of the work they've put in at shooting free throws, putting the work in out of practice, and then certainly getting into games and converting those free throws. Those are unguarded shots, and when you can get to the line, you can see yourself being successful. And then I still believe that our three-point shooting is going to go up, and I'm glad that we haven't just sat out there and chucked it, even though we haven't been making them. We have been slashing and trying to get to the rim and get to the free throw line.
Last year, you were able to impose your will defensively, a lot of 2-2-1 full-court press. This year, it seems like you've fallen back a little bit more into half-court sets. How has that evolved to this point in the season?
Well, when we play hard and when we move well together, I think that the press can still be effective. It still gets tempo up. It creates quick shots by the opponent, that kind of stuff. But get a little bit more winded, a little bit more tired. It's just different. We got people playing different positions. Sometimes it's looked great. Sometimes it hasn't. At Coker, it was good early. Then it got kind of porous a little bit, and we had lineups on there. I think at one point we had Kelsey playing the 5 spot in the back, which she doesn't typically do. Just kind of evolving through that, But zones have become a big part of the women's game. Especially when teams aren't shooting it very well. Keeps you out of foul trouble. I've seen that even with the top teams in Division I basketball. Teams that typically don't play a lot of zone have gone to a higher percentage of zone just because the lack of shooting and staying out of foul trouble.
We've talked about over the last 2 games how things have changed for your group, mentality-wise for sure. Entering Wednesday night, is there an area where you still want to see some improvement?
We just want to go out and play hard. That's the thing. Playing hard and playing together and having excitement for playing basketball and not looking toward the end of the season and all that stuff. But, let's enjoy the trip to Mars Hill and let's enjoy playing together and trying to be successful. That's what we're looking at. Obviously, we would like to continue to work on those freshman posts. Good size, being able to get some easy buckets around the rim with all 3 of them would be nice. And then we've got some other young kids that we need to get some experience on them. And our bench in general, we need to get more experience. We need to get them in the game, have the trust there that because I think the more depth we can have, the better off we're going to be down the stretch in late January, February. So that's one of the things that I want to have the confidence to be able to put them in. And then when they go in, obviously they need to be productive. It was okay at Coker, wasn't the best, but hopefully, it was good at King though. And so as we move into that game, we're definitely going to try to get more people rotating in the game.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck Wednesday.
Thank you, Michael.
He's Carson-Newman women's basketball coach Mike Mincey. I'm Michael Watchering, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.